What is going on, guys? Today, you guys already know what we're doing. Well, it is time to do our AMS FlexFuel kit on this car. So you'll be getting the line, you'll be getting the sensor itself with the other lines, and these to go on both ends, some screws. You're going to be getting the wire to read the little sensor right there, and the bracket that's going to be going on, and another fuel line. So now we got that out of the way. This is the fuel filter. So this will be going on with the kit. This is AMS fuel filter as well. And of course it comes with the other line as well. Now let's get straight to it. What the fuck is this? There's that one and over here. Doing it just in case. Boom. And we'll get this out of the way. All right, guys.
It's блядь. I just don't understand.
I'll get the second one. All right, guys, get a 10mm and undo this AC bracket. Anyways, once you take off the bolt and you want to put this piece on with the new screw they get provided. It should look like this. The slit is right here just for it to go over.
It's kind of hard to just mention right now.
It's gonna be going outwards. So it's gonna be the third one for the little bolts to go onto the bracket. All right, guys, before we start messing with any sensors or wires, we're gonna undo the negative side only. We're also gonna open up the gas cap to relieve pressure. All right. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna do one side each. I'm gonna push on the left side first. All right, we got this sensor off. You just pull on that little tab piece. So you pull this little tab outwards, and then the rest of it will come off. Then all you're doing is you're getting a 12 and getting to that bolt right there. I did. And that bolt right there. Alright, guys, I'm gonna show you what I did to the first clip. All I'm doing is I'm pushing it on one side, making sure it gets through the other side. That's all I'm doing, one by one. Oh, one more. Alright, you guys already know what to do. I showed you my secret. Once you undo the clip, you'll take this bracket off. So after that, you don't need the bracket. You can put it back on after the install, but I'm not gonna be putting it back on. All right, got the bolt back on. All right, guys, while we're here, we're gonna put the fuel filter right over here. If you do not have it, you can skip this part, but we are gonna be putting it on right now while we're here. All it is you're gonna pull this, there's gonna be a hole, and we're gonna be taking off this cap, and that's it. All right, I'm just gonna pull this.
Dude, get your fucking fingers out of the way.
And then that's already open. Okay. All right, guys, so the fuel filter will be like this.
Down first.
All right. And the nuts go on the other side.
That's all I did.
All you need to do is do that one, and you'll have enough.
Bro.
All right, it was actually a lot easier to take these off with it, and now we can get to the nuts. All right, now we're gonna be tightening these nuts right here, size 10. All right, I'll look like this. We're not fully done yet, but it doesn't matter. All right, for the third one, we're putting it on the silver piece. Right there. And then we'll get to that later. All right, you wanna put a towel down around the fuel getting everywhere, which it might. Or not. Sizzling.
Oh my god, there's a lot of
What
fucking
the?
gas.
I caught that. Is it safe?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Fantastic. Alright guys, we're gonna take out this black bracket as well.
Oh, big job.
On this side. Alright, getting the last bolt for the bracket. Okay. Yeah. And once you pull this out, you can get to the other clip. Alright guys, we got the bracket off. I'm gonna put the bolts back on, and that's it. Alright, getting to these two bolts right there, and you're gonna skip the middle third one, okay? You're just unscrewing those two. And it is a size 10. Alright, one is out, second one to go. Alright guys, we got the bolts off. Now we're gonna be taking off this whole thing. Alright guys, gonna cover it up on this side. Alright, and you can just slide this. Oh wait, you can just slide it all out. Oi. Just. Oi! Aw, dang it. So, if you want to get fuel over yourself, just pull it right out. If you don't want to get fuel over yourself, there's bolts, but we're not going to get to that. Take out this plastic piece, and you're going to take this piece, stick it right in. Alright, so the flat line piece is going to go on the bracket, and then the turning one is going to go on the fuel filter. Alright, we're going to put the plastic piece back on and run it through, safe and sound.
This needs to go on first.
Alrighty. Now we're going to put the bolts back in.
Yeah, you are. Are you still recording?
Boom! So this is where you're going to have the OEM line, go into the bracket, go into the line, and now we're going to do the filter. If you don't have the filter, you're going to be running this to the sensor already. But in my scenario, in my case, I'm going to be running it to the filter. If you do not have the filter, skip this part and put this into the sensor right there. Wishy-washy. Now before you do anything, there's going to be a shorter one and a larger one. So the longer one, you're only going to obtain it by having this fuel filter. If you do not have the fuel filter, you will have the short one that you'll just be installing. So once you tighten it on the filter, you're going to tighten it over on this side as well. Again, if you have the fuel filter, it should look like this. That is it. Just make sure everything's tightened, and now we're going to do the last hose. Alright guys, the last piece that you got, one of the adapters. The third one is going to go on the high pressure right there. Beautiful. Alright guys, finally the last line. So this is going to go right into the high pressure. Who is that? All right guys, we're gonna leave it at that. All we did was we put the bracket on, we put the line on, run it to the filter. From the filter top, we ran it to the sensor, and from the sensor,
Oh bro, you're gonna drive your car and lose that little bolt.
I'm gonna get it out right now actually. All right guys, we're gonna put it in accessory mode 3 times to make sure there's no leaks. Get one of your friends to look at the fuel lines, make sure everything's good, and we're just gonna prime it. All right guys, take 2.
What the fuck do we do?
I don't know. I daily this.
I don't really feel safe with you driving that.
Like what, guys? What is this? And it just came right off. Like he just touched it. He didn't even pull it. Guys, what the heck did I get myself into? All right, guys, so I'm gonna give you a little update. We are working with the wires for the AMS. So we plug in the brown to the sensor. We tighten down these bolts before. And what I did personally was I ran this wire kind of like away from the AC for some reason, and then I put it back towards the AC. And all I did was I just pulled these apart and kind of just shoved it in there. After shoving the wire in there, I just zip tied it to this little wire, or the thick wire. Anyways, I zip tied it to this wire, and then I zip tied the sensor again over here, and I ran it all the way across to the other side. You don't have to take this fully off. You just take off the clips over here, the clamps. You lift it up slightly, and you can run the wire right through. Now over here, like I mentioned, I ran it all the way across. Now we gotta do is disconnect the battery fully, which I already did. We're gonna take out the battery and get to here, because we're gonna be plugging in a red wire with chips. Then we're going to ground the wire, and then we're gonna run the last white cable to the ECU over here, which is gonna be kind of funky and weird, but stay tuned. We're gonna get to that in just one moment.
All right, guys, I'm just gonna install this real quick while I'm here. Data mod went out. This IMPD something is going to replace. We'll put a chart of where to put it exactly, but it's that 10 that's in the middle. You just got to remove it carefully. I'm going to see if I can avoid removing the wires, but if not, we'll just unplug everything and take that third one out right there. Yeah, and I just popped this whole module out and just laid it flat in that empty battery tray. But yeah, it's going to be that middle one, the middle 10. All right, also how to take off this cover, by the way. There's these two things on the bottom that you push. Like it sits like this. You push them on the bottom, and after you push it, it just pops up like this. All right, here it is. It's out. I literally just took this and pried it up carefully from the edges. Yeah, here we go. Now I'm gonna plug the AMS provided one. All right, there we go. It's plugged in. All right, guys, I just put it back into place. And then this male goes into this female side. I'm gonna let driver mod finish that though, because he's probably gonna want to wire it however he wants it. So, all right, guys, platinum here. I'm gonna figure out, or I'm gonna get on video how to put the AMS wire into the ECU. I'm gonna start off by, so at first I just disconnected this coolant hose from here. You just use a flathead to put this up. You press down on that and this goes down. Just be very careful not to break this. Okay, and then this one also works similarly. Literally, you don't have to pull on anything. This, just pushing it down lightly and it comes right off. You come right off. All right, I just had to push it down literally a little bit more and it pops right out. Next one, same idea. Nice and lightly. So sketch, hold on. All right, you just gotta slowly work it down. It's super sketch, but you just gotta, since it's crusty, you gotta, it clips in on the bottom when you know it's fully released. Same with this one. You see, that's how it works. All right, so this is the one in question. This is the one that's like towards the back. First you're gonna pop off this brown piece. There, you gotta just lightly with the flathead pop it off. Okay, here it is. There you go. Now we gotta pop this cover off so we can expose all the wires. Okay, so here to get this cover off, you just push on this little tab and this pulls down. It's gonna expose all those wires. You just got to lightly pull this off. Okay, here you go. This hat just pulls right off, exposing all the wires. Okay, now with the flathead, also careful with these these silver gray things. With the flathead, we're gonna pry those up, those two little tabs. I think there's on both sides, to release these wires to come up. Okay, there are those ones out. They're held on like right here with these clips. Good focus. With those clips, when you pop them up, you just like pull one side, then on the other side pop it up, and it pulls right out. Nice and easy. All right, guys, so this is all out. We're gonna be working on this gray one right here, the little gray color, not the green one. And we're gonna be looking for pin 60, which I'll show you with the thing. I look at it, so you see those three blank spots. 1, 2, 3. Pin 60 is gonna be this one, the closest to the left. So the yellow wire right here. I'll try to show you. It's gonna be that one right here. This right here. So this is gonna be the hardest part of this whole install is literally getting that little thing out. I'm gonna try a few things and I'll let you know how I got it out. So I basically got this off, like, you can grab like a bobby pin. Oh yeah, it's not focusing. And I like a flat. What the hell? All right, so I literally, if it will just focus, I like kind of stuck it in to this edge and I just pried it up and it came right out. Yeah, that's it right there. You just pull that out all the way, and I'll show you this white wire. I'm by myself right now, it's a little bit hard to record, but this white wire will go right in there. I'll tell you which way. I'm gonna look at these for reference. It's gonna go in like this. It's gonna go in this way. All right, so here's what it's gonna look like. It's now inside of there. You can see it. All of them are the same orientation. They're all the same. I had to take this off completely because I'm gonna wire this one like this, and it was in the way. I'm just gonna throw another zip tie on it and it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm gonna put everything back together and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Alright, just real quick again, here's what it looks like put together. Now I'm gonna put that top hat on. And I'll show you what it looks like right after. Alright, this is what it looks like all buttoned up. I ended up changing that zip tie after all. But that's it.
Alright guys, Platinum has done the ECU connection with the white cable. So now all we have left to do is plug this into this and ground this one. Alright guys, we have connected the positive. Now we just need to ground the black cable. That is all that's left. We're almost done. Just cover this back up. I'm pretty sure you guys know how to ground stuff. All you're doing is you're putting the black wire on the metal and putting a screw. That's what I did here behind this. All you do is you can pull this cover off and push that. This comes out a little bit, and I just ran it right there. This is my setup. The wire's coming from here, going down here. The red cable's underneath because you want to run the cable downwards because there's an opening for the plastic. You want to ground it here or anywhere. Run the red cable. Run the white cable from there around, and I kind of made it hidden, sort of. Gotta cut these. And yeah, now let's put the battery back. Alright guys, just tying these bolts now. Alright guys, it's been a few days. There's no issues now. Like I said, AMS replaced that line. But we tucked everything away. This is how it looks. And yeah, guys, just make sure there's no leaks. Any part you get that's related to fuel, just double check everything, make sure it's good. And for those who are untuned, again, you do not need to plug in the ECU. If you plug it into the ECU, it will read weird. I ran it for 4 days without a tune. It was perfectly fine. But anyways, right before the tune, I plugged it in and it was good to go.